All right, so welcome back everyone to Off the Glass podcast. As you guys can tell, I'm by myself. My colleagues had something to do tonight. They were busy, unfortunately, so they do have their own lives as well. So um, I took the liberty upon myself to record a solo session for Off the Glass podcast. So let's see how it does, and yeah, if you guys like it, I mean, definitely you know, give us or support us, continue to support us on our Instagram page. We're almost at 100 followers, and then also don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We're currently at 23 subs, which is great. We just ask that you guys continue to support us, and we're gonna try to we're gonna continue to bring you guys more content. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this episode. So, about the in-season tournament, I predicted the Lakers to win, and they actually won. I did say in the previous episode that the Lakers and the Pacers were gonna be the two final teams, and which I predicted correctly. And I said the Lakers were gonna come on top. And I did say that Anthony Davis was gonna have a big game because no one on the Pacers could guard him, and which initially he did. He had 41 points, 20 rebounds. I think like 5 blocks, or it was 5 assists. I can't remember the stat line exactly, but he was phenomenal that game. LeBron James did his thing. He won the in-season tournament MVP, and Austin Reeves did play really well as well. Um, so I really I didn't watch the full game because I was at work, but that game was I saw the highlights, and um, the Lakers are pretty good when healthy. They do have a lot of things to figure out. They do have a lot of pieces or role players that they acquired throughout the summer, and they just haven't been there. Like Gabe Vincent, he hasn't played because he's been injured. And then you have young players like Cam Reddish, Max Christie, who are still trying to learn the game and trying to play around LeBron and AD. But I think eventually they'll figure it out. Like, I don't even like the Lakers. That's not my favorite team. But, um, you know, they're definitely a team to be reckoned with when healthy. So I got to give them their flowers. Congrats to LeBron, even though LeBron's not my favorite player. But I still got to give him his props to winning the first ever NBA in-season tournament. Um, and shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers, man. They just balled out. They're currently playing today against the Milwaukee Bucks again as well. I believe they're down. They're losing. If I'm just gonna um, check the score real quick. But last time I checked, they were losing. Giannis had 40 points and 11 rebounds, and yeah, I don't. I'm kind of I'm kind of unsure about the Pacers of how they're going to survive with just offense itself. I mean, the great teams, they require a top team defense to win the NBA championship, and you require a top 5 offense as well. So yeah, so currently it's 113 to 100 in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks. And Giannis has 42 points, 13 rebounds. He's going crazy. Damian Lillard has 21 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. Excuse me. Um, the Bucks are definitely a team to be reckoned with. They're still trying to adjust, but they have a great record of 16-7. It might be 17-7 after tonight's game. Damian Lillard is definitely a huge person to adjust to because he's so used to being the primary option in Portland, but now he has to defer to Giannis. So, um, but he's definitely taking a step back. And Middleton too, he took a huge step back. Like, I don't know what's going on with Middleton, but he's a former shell of himself. I get, well, that happens with big threes like Chris Bosh, Kevin Love. They sacrifice a lot for team success. Eventually it paid off. So hopefully for Chris Middleton, his sacrifices will pay off. And yeah, but I did enjoy the in-season tournament. It did add a lot of competitiveness to the league, especially this time around. Like, a lot of teams, they're on cruise control because there's still a lot of games left. There's probably like 60 around 60 games left. I can't remember. I don't know the exact number, but there's still a lot of games left. So that's a lot of wear and tear on their body. So that's why a lot of players take it, on easy on cruise control. And if you think about it, the in-season tournament kind of gives other teams a break. It gives them a few days off. It's like an all-star game, I guess you can say, because only the teams that play are the ones that are going to Las Vegas. So it was the Celtics, the Pacers, the Bucks, and then um the Lakers, the Suns. Well, they didn't play in Las Vegas, but yeah, 4 teams go to Las Vegas, and then I think 6 teams total play in the in season, like the semis and whatnot. So, or 8, but definitely gives other people break or other teams a break, especially like the more injury prone players like Kawhi, PG. I'm pretty sure they enjoy the in season tournament because then a lot of teams definitely didn't take it seriously, um, and I mean you can tell who, especially, but yeah, I think the in-season tournament kind of benefits everyone. It benefits the good teams and the bad teams. But yeah. So I did see this report on my Facebook where the NBA was actually considering to make this a change. It's a change to where whoever wins the in-season tournament goes like they're safe. They have a spot reserved already for the playoffs, which it says here the NBA is considering guaranteeing a playoff spot for the NBA Cup champions in the future. Now, I don't know how I really feel about that. Because for me, the way I see it, it's like they're trying to push this narrative of like the in season tournament means something. Like at the end of the day, the end season tournament, if you're gonna compare it to the NBA Finals, it has very minimal significance. The only reason why it has such a big significance as of right now is because it's the first one ever. I think eventually the in season tournament they're gonna take it out. Like they're not gonna have this anymore. Like the NBA All Star format where it was like a park where they just pretty much picked up players like as a pickup game, pick, and choose. Um, but it was a success. So, but I definitely, see it in the future, like being kind of disregarded. So, I don't know. Some people might disagree or agree with me, but that's how I see it. Back to the topic at hand. I don't think that's fair per se. So, for example, if the Lakers did win and then they had a guaranteed spot into the playoffs, I don't think that's fair because let's say the Lakers do win the cup again next year, right? And they get guaranteed that spot. What if they go? It's not. It's not gonna happen, right? But let's say they go 0-62 for the rest of the season. Is that fair for them, or is that fair for other teams that are fighting, working their ass off and grinding throughout the season to earn a playoff spot? I don't think that's fair. They're pretty much guaranteed, so they can just, you know, um, load manage LeBron James. He'll just be out there running, jogging, kind of, being there, but he's not trying. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's fair in that regard. But I mean, also, you do work hard, but I just don't like how the beginning of the season can dictate your position towards the end of the finish line. So I'm gonna disagree with that statement. So if you guys want to see it, I saw this on Facebook and it's from Basketball Forever, so they're definitely like a legit source. All right, next topic I wanted to discuss is Mr. Draymond Green. Now, if you guys don't know, if you've been living under a rock or just are not caught up with today's NBA, but Draymond Green was ejected last night for hitting Phoenix Suns center Yusuf Nurkic in the face, pretty much karate chopping him. It was Draymond and Nurkic were on the block near the baseline on the left hand side of the court. Draymond was trying to post up on Nurkic. Nurkic had good defensive position. He was kind of like holding him at the waist, but that's how you play defense on the post. You're physical, you're touching the opposing player, and Draymond just turned around and karate chopped him and hit him in the face, and then Nurkic went down to the ground. Obviously, Draymond was ejected, flagrant 2, but the NBA has issued a warrant that Draymond is suspended indefinitely, so there's no return timetable as of right now for Draymond. Honestly, I am getting very sick and tired of Draymond. Because he's trying to stay relevant. For me, the Warriors, they know their time is up. So I think Draymond is just trying to stay relevant as much as he can. And for Draymond wasn't always the most like skilled, like most talented player. Sorry, I don't want to say skilled. He definitely is skilled, but he wasn't the most talented player. I really do not. I never liked Draymond. Um, but he was a great defensive player. He was the heart and soul of the Warriors team. Do they win a championship without him? Maybe they do win one or two, but they don't win four. Um, but Draymond is just getting out of hand. He's being posted on social media for all the wrong reasons. Wasn't it like just like 3 weeks? He came back like 2 or 3 weeks ago from that 5 game suspension for choking Rudy Gobert. Now you karate chop someone else and nearly pretty much knock them onto the floor. Um, like what is going on? Like, is you having midlife crisis? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I think Draymond knows that the Warriors window is closing, so he's definitely trying to stay relevant. And I don't know, the Warriors' future is looking very bleak as of right now. Steph Curry's doing all he can. He can put up 100 points per game, and the Warriors another player producing. Like Clay is just like Clay's falling off the map. Like I don't know what's going on with Clay. He had 7 points last night, and he didn't even play in the fourth quarter. Andrew Wiggins too. I think he had like 5 points. He didn't even play the fourth quarter because they can't shoot a basketball in the ocean. Um, then you have Chris Paul. Chris Paul's doing his thing, but obviously he is getting older, so we don't expect too much out of Chris Paul. Then you have Draymond, who's he thinks he's in the WWE, MMA. At this point, we might as well give Draymond a contract to go fight um Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, or something like that, someone of that caliber, because he's clearly not interested in playing basketball. His mind is elsewhere. He wants to go fight. Go fight. The NBA is not about fighting. It's all about basketball. And the Warriors just paid him that 4 year, 100 million. Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure they're regretting giving him that contract because Draymond's not the DPOY candidate that he is before. He's getting older, and Draymond was, like I said, he wasn't the most talented player, so he's not gonna score. Yeah, he's a jack of all trades, but he's not that player where you can rely like, hey Draymond, go get me 20 points per night, go get me a double double. Like he could get that double double, but it's like a 10-10. Like go get me 20 points, 10 rebounds, go get me 20 points, 30 points, 10 assists. Like he's not gonna do that. He can do it on some nights, but he's not gonna do that on a consistent basis. Kuminga, I thought Kuminga was gonna make that leap this year, considering they have Chris Paul. Kuminga's kind of been like up and down. Like one game he'll have like 20, next game he'll just be like 5 points. Um, Another game he'll have 16 and 10. Next game he'll have like 8 and 2. So, I don't know why. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, there's just a lot of things wrong with the Warriors. And if I was the GM for the Warriors, I would definitely, try to trade. Definitely make some trades. Like, for example, I heard some names on the trading block as of late was Pascal Siakam. Like Pascal Siakam is not the answer for them to get over that hump and back to the championship contender, but definitely he is a big piece. I would look into trading him if they can package. Obviously, they can get OG Anunoby as well. But who would they package? I think they would definitely trade Andrew Wiggins, and obviously they probably trade Clay. Um, but obviously the salaries got to match, and I'm not gonna get into that, but I would definitely, for them, I would try to get Siakam. As of right now, that's probably the best name on the trading block right now. Zach LaVine does not fit their system because he does not play defense. He's a great offensive player, but do you want to take on that fun, like that supermax contract he had? I think it was like 210 mil, something like that, or something around that area. Um, Zach LaVine is definitely an overpaid player. He does deserve a lot of money, but not a supermax for a one-way star. Um, DeMar DeRozan, but he doesn't fit their system. He's another aging star. He's still playing really well, but I think DeMar, he even said that he has his eyes set on New York or Miami. Um, yeah, there's not really too much names right now going on the trading block, but another player I would look for the Warriors to try and get is Dwight Howard. Now, me personally, I like Dwight Howard. The Warriors are definitely a small team. They have a lot of issues with the rebounding area and defensive end, inside presence. Because Kevon Looney is 6'9", Draymond Green 6'7". He's undersized, so if you're gonna go against teams with like Anthony Davis, Wemby, Sixers, the 76ers, the Milwaukee Bucks, you definitely need that inside presence. I think Dwight Howard gives them that inside presence with the rebounding. Now Dwight doesn't have to play 40 minutes. He's not the Orlando of old or the Houston Dwight or the Lakers Dwight, the 2013 Lakers Dwight. You can split his minutes with Kevon Looney, 24-24, stagger their minutes. You always have an inside or big man on the court with Curry, and I think that solves the rebounding problem. Like Dwight is a super athletic big, and you saw what he did with the Lakers. He played really well defense on Jokic. Jokic is is the MVP of the league. He's the best player right now. As of right now, he is the best player in the NBA. So if you take that into consideration, like Dwight can still play. I just don't understand why he's not in the league right now. I think he can still play. He's not gonna play 30 minutes. Just give him 20, 22, 24 minutes. He'll get you like 10 rebounds easily, 8 rebounds easily. Dwight will get that for you. So I think if they can pull off a trade for Siakam, add Dwight, maybe add another wing player alongside Curry, another defensive wing. Get rid of Wiggins. I think the Warriors will be back in the mix because you have Chris Paul. So Chris Paul will utilize Dwight Howard really, really well. Pick and roll, then you have Curry coming off the screen. It's little tweaks here and there. That's just me how I would do it, but tweaks here and there because Curry is he's still in his prime. It's just right now he's not being talked about as much because of the fact that his team is struggling. But if you look at it, Curry is averaging 30 points per game. He's averaging on like 47% field goal, probably 90% free throw. Curry is still there. He's averaging like 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Curry is still there. So they definitely need to get him some help. And I do feel bad. I now people are gonna tell like that's how it feels for Curry. Like if you're gonna in comparison to LeBron when LeBron was going against them in the finals in 2018 and 2019. But yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of thing going on in the league, and the league is just right now. The league is really in a great place. A lot of young teams are coming up, a lot of hungry teams, and then there's a lot of teams that they're regressing because of age and and whatnot. But usually this time of the year, NBA is exciting when the trade deadline approaches because teams are trying to make moves and compete. I do feel bad for the teams that are in the mid area because that is the worst area to be in as an NBA franchise is the mid place of the middle of the pack, like the 10th and 8th. Well, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. Those and 12. Those are that is the worst area to be as an NBA franchise because one, you're not contending. You have no chance of contending. There's 8 teams better than you, 8, 9, 10 teams better than you, and then you don't have a low enough record to hit the lottery. So, for example, like I don't know, let's say like the Chicago Bulls, they're like that's a very mid team. Sorry for any Chicago fans out there, it's a mid team, and that's why they're trying to get rid of Zach. They're trying to get rid of Debo, and I don't know if they're trying to get rid of Vucevic, but yeah, they have star players, but their star players can't get them over the hump. But then yet again, they have star players, so they're not losing enough games to be in the lottery. So that's where, as like a GM or as a franchise or as a fan of the Chicago Bulls, I'd definitely be frustrated. Um, Yeah, it's really, 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 really frustrating to be like support a team that's in the middle of the pack. All right, I want to talk about my Thunder because my Thunder, they're not getting. I don't think they're getting enough credit as of late. So right now, my Thunder, they are second in the Western Conference, and um, I think that's great. I'm super happy as a Thunder fan because yeah, we're 15-7. We're ahead of the Mavericks by a game, point 0.5 games. And I'm super happy about the Thunder, man. Like I've been a Thunder fan since Kevin Durant was there and James Harden and Russell Westbrook. So since 2012, they made that initial finals run, but then it was cut short because of LeBron James, and then we kind of just never recovered from that. We've had a few Western Conference appearances since then. I think we had 2013. Did we do it? I know we had 2016. That was the year that Kevin Durant and Westbrook were last teammates. 2014, that was the year the Spurs won, and I think 2013. Yeah, 2013 did we? No, we were not there. But anyways, we've made a few Western Conference Finals appearance uh at the beginning of the 2010s. I think, and we're probably one of the most winning teams with the highest winning percentage in terms of that decade, but we could never really get over the hump. But now with the core of SGA, Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren, um, Jalen Jalen Williams. I'm going to include Josh Giddey in there. Um, Despite all the surrounding noise going around and all the controversy, I don't really pay attention to that. I'm not really gonna get into that, but this team is special, man, and they're the second youngest team uh in the league. I think I think the Spurs are the Spurs is I think this is the youngest team, and then it's us. So if you look at that, they're the second youngest team, but they're the second. They're currently second in the West. Like their future is super bright. Now, as a Thunder fan, we have a MVP candidate in Shea and SGA, and we have a Rookie in the Year runner currently in Chet Holmgren, and we have Jay Williams, who is pretty much a two-way star, and then we have Lou Dort, who arguably I think he'll be in the runnings of DPOY within the next 2 to 3 years. I'm hoping we keep this team together, and I hope we don't make that same mistake we did with James Harden, because that definitely haunted us as the years have gone by, and when we look back at it, I'm hoping the Thunder management pay luxury tax if we do, but honestly, I'm a little afraid because this team is gonna be super expensive. Like Shea is already on a max contract. Once Chet rookie contract is up, he's gonna get a lot of money. Once J Dub's rookie contract is up, he's gonna get a lot of money. Now Lou Dort, we got him on a super deal, like 5 years, I think 84 million, or 4 years, 84 million. So that's a steal. Josh Giddey, I think his rookie contract is about to expire, but are we gonna pay him a lot of money? I hope not. Um, I I I just for the thing is with Josh Giddey is that he can't shoot. Now we do have shooters, Chad, Jay Will, Lou Dort. They can all shoot. So if you plug Giddey there, he's like the driver, the slasher. So he can just kick it out to, that's not going to be a problem if you're running that lineup. And I'm pretty sure everyone else on the Thunder can shoot because we're the number one ranked shooting team in the league this year. So that's not really going to be a problem for us. But man, this team is going to be expensive. And if Josh Giddey somehow turns it up a notch and, he's averaging like 28 and 6, this team is going to be super expensive. And there is a rule on the luxury tax in the NBA and whatnot, so I'm a little afraid as a Thunder fan, but I'm definitely happy. I just hope that we don't make the same mistake, and I definitely see ourselves winning a championship within the next, I'll give us like 3 to 4 years. I think 2026 will win a championship. That's if everyone stays. Future in the league right now, and I'm not being biased. I'm not trying to be biased. We do have a lot of draft picks, and which brings me
to that is, what are we gonna do with all these draft picks? Are we gonna trade for someone? I don't know. I'm hoping we do. And if we trade for someone, who are we targeting? I do. For me, if I'm the Thunder GM, I would definitely like to have two players. I would like to have Mikal Bridges on our squad because he's a two-way player. Um, please don't trade J Dub. Obviously, SGA and Chet are untouchable. Now, are we gonna give up Lou Dort for that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think. I think those four are untouchable. Lou Dort, Chet, Shea, and J Dub. I think those are untouchables. Now, I think Josh Giddey right now is the Thunder's trading piece. Is like the front. Is like the main piece that we're gonna trade. He's just there to be a trading chip. So I think Josh Giddey is not gonna be a Thunder. So I think we're just using him as like trading attraction. But yeah, Mikal Bridges, Lou Dort, Shea, Chet, and J Dub. Like, come on. Everyone on that team plays defense. Everyone on that team, in that lineup, plays offense. Wow, like that's a great lineup. And the thing is with the Thunder is that we run one big and four guards. So people are like, well, there's no power forward. NBA is becoming a positionless game, right? So that's definitely going to be interesting. Another player I would like to have, or I would like for us to go after, is definitely what's his name, Lauri Markkanen. But if I had to choose between Lauri Markkanen and Mikal Bridges, I'm gonna go with Mikal Bridges because Mikal Bridges plays defense. I'm not saying Lauri does, but Lauri's been around, like he's been on multiple teams thus far. And, that's a little bit concerning, right? As a player or as a fan, usually when someone goes from another team to another team to another team, it usually means that they're not producing when they need them to, or it's not, or maybe they just don't need that player. One of the Thunder's biggest weakness this year is actually rebounding. Last year, it was the same thing too. We had a lot of problems with rebounding, but we didn't have a big man that last year. But this year, we have a big man in Chet. But even with Chet, we don't get enough rebounds as it is. And if we fix that problem, that helps us out tremendously because it prevents other teams from getting second chance opportunities at the scoring, right? And Chet just needs to develop some muscles. I think Chet, is gonna develop muscles eventually. Like last year, he spent rehabbing because of the foot injury, and this year he's playing, so he's never really he didn't get the opportunity to actually work out. Maybe during the summer, but that's a year, especially you're running up and down the court, you're rehabbing. Your main focus is rehabbing and getting back, right? But I would love Chet to put on some muscle, man, because if Chet has muscle, if he can get like a Giannis type of body, man, Chet's gonna be a problem. He's already a problem, but he's going to be a even bigger problem. Like, Chet's a great basketball player. He was in the 40-90 club at the beginning of the season. I don't think he is anymore. He's, his field goals drop, which is, it's not sustainable. I didn't think it was sustainable for, we'll call him a first year because he didn't play last year, but a first year player. But if he does somehow end up in the 50-40-90 club as a rookie, dude, he's crazy. He's really crazy. I know I might be glazing. I'm a little bit biased, but I do love like Chet on this team. He fits so perfectly. It's like a yin and yang. But man, I'm just so happy to be a Thunder fan. It's like we did go through a few years of struggling, and but this year it's great. It's great. It's finally it's finally starting to pay off, and we're just getting started. We're just getting started. And yeah, hopefully we don't make the same mistake as we did 10 years ago with James Harden. Hopefully they paid that luxury tax. All right. So I'm currently 10:55, and I believe the Bucks game is finished. Or no, there's still 2 minutes left. But Giannis has 59 points as of this recording right now. He has 59 points and 14 rebounds. This man's carrying the Bucks. Carrying with a capital C. Like Giannis is crazy. 59 points. He's about to have 60. I did say he was gonna get 50, but I didn't think he was gonna get 60. Now, shout out to Giannis because I do have him on fantasy. And fantasy is frustrating. I hate fantasy. I have a love and hate relationship with fantasy, but it's a game. It's a gamble. Everything in life is a gamble. But it's something that I always just seem to lose. And it's really frustrating. But shout out to Giannis. He currently has 59 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. They are up by 10 with under just 2 minutes left in the game. All right. That's one of the games for tonight. I'm just pulling up the other games. The Suns. Yes, the Suns. I want to talk about the Suns. So the Suns, their big three is finally making their debut tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. Ironic, KD's making his big three debut against his former team. And they're currently up 88-86 at the end of the third quarter. Now, Devin Booker has 26 points. And let's see how much Bradley Beal has. Bradley Beal has 11 points, 3 assists. Kevin Durant has 19 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Nurkic is playing well. 15 points, 18 rebounds. Like, wow. Now, this Suns team, I don't know what to think about them. I think they're quite unpredictable. I'll say they're a wild card just because of health. KD is KD. KD is gonna get his buckets. He's top 10 in scoring, and KD, you can't stop KD. That's not gonna happen. Devin Booker, he has 26 points currently, 10 assists. He has taken over the role of point guard on the Suns. Bradley Beal has 11 points. I think I might get some heat for this. But personally, I don't think it's a big three. I think it's a big two. Bradley Beal has not been healthy for a very, very, very long time. So his production, up and down, up and down. He can't stay healthy. So when you're not playing basketball, how do you expect to get in a rhythm, right? And Bradley Beal is used to being the number 1 and number 2 option. He's number 3 on the Suns. KD's number 1, KD's 1A, Booker's 1B, and then 2. But I just don't know how he's going to defer to these two, guys. You're gonna tell Bradley Beal, hey, go stand in the corner, spot up. No, that's not who Bradley Beal is. He's able to create his own shot. Now, it's nice to have multiple shot creators on the team, but I just don't see how they gel together. Like KD, Booker, Booker's the point guard, but even I don't see Booker as a point guard. I see Booker as a shooting guard, although he is the point guard this year. But I just don't see Booker being, like Chris Paul type of point guard. Like, hey, Booker still score first at the end of the day, and it's in his DNA to score first. And, he does have these weapons around him. Excuse me. But I just don't know what Bradley Beal is and how he's able to impact the game. I think he's going to be... Because besides scoring, what else does, Bradley Beal... What else is he good at? Like, he's good at creating his own shots, good at scoring. But when you take away his scoring, how is he able to affect the game in other ways? Passing, that was never really his forte. Rebounding, he's a guard. You have the bigs to rebound. He's not Russell Westbrook. He's not these Magic Johnson, these guards that are able to get the rebounds. I just don't know. I don't know how it's going to work with this squad. Now, that's why I say it's a big two. I just don't see it working out. I don't see the Suns winning the championship. I think they're definitely going to be second round, possibly a second round exit, just because the Western Conference is super stacked right now. And I think KD leaves. He leaves. He leaves after this experiment has failed. If it does go well, then I think KD stays. But I think he leaves. All right. This is another topic that I want to talk about. We're gonna look at the future. Let's say the Suns experiment does not work. They can't get to the Western Conference Finals. They can't get to the NBA Finals, or they fall short, right? Kevin Durant, you know how he is. He jumps from team to team. He's a great player, but he jumps from team to team. Where do you guys see Kevin Durant landing or playing out his last few good years in the NBA? Which team? I have one team. I have one speculation. People are gonna be like, "Yo, you're biased. You're biased." I think he plays it out on the Thunder. Now, I just finished talking about them. Yes, I know, but I think he ends up playing for the Thunder his last few years. He's hinted at that he's wanted to play for them again, and I did see on social media he did an interview, post game interview, and they asked Katie, what do you think about the Thunder, and he said that they're a very versatile team, and he's like, I wish I had that when I was in OKC, and I think having Chet, SGA, and all those boys will attract KD as a free agent. Now KD is gonna do the 2 year and then the player option on the third, just to kind of have wiggle room, and if he wants to jump ship, he can go jump. So I think that's where he'll end up eventually. But yeah, man, like crazy. That's just a speculation that I have, but you guys can disagree with me and whatnot. And yeah, it's I know I'm gonna get flamed for this, but so Giannis just exploded for 64 points, which is his career high. So shout out to Giannis, man. Like, all right, so yeah, I know some of you guys are definitely going to flame me about that Kevin Durant take, but I'll take it. But yeah, man, shout out to Giannis, 64 points. He just beat the team that eliminated them in the in-season tournament. So he definitely took that personally. Josh joined. I don't know where he went. It's definitely the NBA is really in a great spot right now, and um it's so great to be an NBA fan. I think basketball is the best sport in the world after soccer, but man, it's really great to see that, man. Shout out to Giannis, 64 and 14. Crazy, man. Crazy. These NBA players are freaks, man. They get buckets, man. They get buckets. They're super talented, and man. Speaking of Giannis, I did see this post earlier today. I don't know if it was real. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. So there was this player that I think he was in Greece. If I must I want to say he was in Greece. He's 12 years old. He's 6'9". 6'9". Like, that's crazy. Like, what are they feeding these players? This kid is like, he's huge. Pause, but like, if I can find this clip of the kid, man. But dude, that kid is huge, man. He was, oh my god. I saw him playing, and like, he was literally just shooting over people. He was dunking at the age of 12. Like, that's crazy. I can't even find that clip anymore, but dude, that kid was a monster. Definitely a monster, man. The talent outside of the US, man, is catching up to the US, or I probably surpassed it. But man, I can't find that clip.
What are you talking about?
That Josh, I saw this kid, man, 12 years old, 6'9".
6'9" and 12?
Yeah, I think he's from Greece.
No way.
I can't find it. I think it was on Bleacher Report, but man, it's crazy. So, Josh, I just shot like 35 minutes worth of solo clip. I said, screw it, bro. I'm not waiting for anyone, bro.
Hey man, that's what greatness is, man. Can't wait for
I
nobody
gotta,
with greatness, man.
I had to take it upon myself, man. I don't want I want it to die down.
Facts, bro. Facts,
So,
man.
so, um, yeah. Did you see Giannis 64?
I was just about to say, let's talk
Yeah, I was
about
just talking
Giannis.
about it. I was just talking about it on the solo, and then I cut it off, and then because you were trying to join through your laptop, but
This
that's his
man
career high,
had
64.
64 and
That's without
14,
that's without a 3-pointer too.
and he had 4 steals.
Wait, what the? Oh, yeah. Well, Giannis has always been good defensively because of them
Dude,
long ass arms.
he didn't shoot no threes and had 64 points. That's
Yeah. Hey, you know
absolutely
what's funny?
bananas.
I was telling the panel that he beat the Pacers, the team that just beat them in the in-season tournament. So he definitely felt some type of way.
When he lost. Exactly.
64, and Dame didn't even have a good like Dame had a okay game, 21 points.
Right.
But man, Giannis, like I don't know, he can't like he's a great player, but if he's gonna have to score 64 points every other game, bro, that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
I thought he
Dame
was gonna,
Dame
huh?
Dame has to step it up, bro.
I they're in a good spot though. It's not like they're like 8-8. They're 17-7 right now, so they're definitely in a good spot. But it's gonna take them time because Dame is such a big piece, and it's not like you're just implementing role players around them, right? That can just adjust their game. You have to adjust the Dame's game as well. And when you have Giannis and Dame, it's a recipe for success if used properly, which it is. Now, if Giannis keeps playing like this, oh, the MVP race is going to be tight.
Very. With Embiid and Jokic playing the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, and SGA.
SGA, yeah.
SGA is
Almost
ranked
forgot
third right
about
now, and I think this puts Giannis at third right now. The
it. Oh, for
after this
sure.
game, I think SGA is gonna drop down to fourth, and then can't forget about Luka.
No, you can't. Bro, he
Ah
had
man,
17 assists against the
yeah,
Lakers, bro.
17 assists, 17 assists.
And he
Josh,
won.
yeah, let me know, Josh. What do you think about Luka? Like after he just beat y'all ass
Dude, Luka,
as a Laker
wow.
fan, how does it feel?
Luka, to be honest, bro, Luka is like one of my favorite players, bro.
Mhm.
Like one of my favorite players because he's so good with the ball, like, and he has his own pace.
Yeah,
Like he's very similar to Shea because
yeah, yeah. They
he
play.
plays at his own pace,
That's right.
and
Yeah, and yep,
the way he has such IQ, bro,
yeah.
and his IQ is through the roof, and he has court vision, bro. Like it's crazy to me how Luka just the pass that did you see that pass that he just gave to, was it Tim Hardaway or was it was Dante Exum or
I think it was
somebody
Dante Exum. Yeah, the one where he like wrapped
with the
around the
left
guy's body.
hand,
Yeah, yeah, dude. He just
bro.
literally just flicked his wrist, and then it just like
Dude, you do not see that often in the NBA. A
yeah,
player of that caliber doing that
yeah,
at that
yeah.
level.
There's not many players in the world that can. There's not many people in the world that can do that.
No, not that
I
many.
I, I don't think I don't want to. I've never seen someone pass like that. Like LeBron's a great passer, but I've never seen LeBron do like a pass like that where he wrapped around his body and just kind of like
Yeah,
flicked it, and it just
I
went.
can't think of one.
Yeah,
I can't.
LeBron's a great passer. Like I'm not throwing shade at Braun, but like I just never seen Braun do that. Obviously, like LeBron's played so many games, so maybe I'm missing a pass, but I obviously with social media being so prevalent, you would definitely see it on the highlight, and I just never seen it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think the best pass I've ever seen from LeBron was that one from when he was on the Cavs, where he kind of like
Who you
faked
talking
it.
about?
He like
You talking about that
boom,
one?
yeah, and then he kind of boom, and then
Do you
yeah,
remember?
that
Do
was
you remember the one that he did through? He dribbled through the legs. It wasn't a
yeah,
pass. He
yeah.
dribbled through the legs of
Yeah,
Joel Embiid. I was like,
yeah. I
what?
remember that. I remember that. I remember that. That was definitely. I don't think he meant to do it on purpose too. I think it was an
No, it
accident.
wasn't. It was an
I think it
accident,
was a.
bro.
I think it was an accident, but yeah, it was made for a beautiful highlight. But yeah, in terms of pass, I don't think I've never seen anyone pass like that. Like you have Chris Paul, obviously you have great passers, and Chris
Tyrese has
Paul,
done it before, I think. Halliburton?
Halliburton. I think I've seen him throw the ball like from corner to corner, but not like with the flick. Like he threw it
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
But man,
I agree with that.
Luca's a different breed, man. Like that dude, that dude is crazy, man. I hope he wins his MVP soon, man. Like he just, I don't know what to say. I'm so mesmerized. It's like I love, man. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, dude, I think he can be in the top 10 for passing assists.
Oh, for sure. No doubt about it,
I
bro.
think in
No
terms of
doubt.
passers of all time right now, I think he's. Oof, I don't know. I might number 5, or top 5, top 10.
We gotta look at that list, bro. I don't
I have
know.
to look at that list, but nah, man. Magic Johnson, Luca, Stockton,
John
CP,
Stockton, yeah.
Braun, Jason Kidd, Russell
White
Westbrook.
chocolate.
Yes, they all in there, bro. Oh man, yeah, no, he's definitely top 10. I'm definitely missing other people, but man, dude's different, man. He's whew. All right. When it's all said and done, where do you think Luca will rank? I know it's a little early for that question, but all time,
How old is he right now?
Luca. I think Luca's. I'm. Hold on. Let me just double check. Luca Doncic. I think he's.
24? 25?
He is 20. Yo, dude, he's 24. He's younger than Shea.
Dude. Where I would rank him in like assist?
No, all time, like as a
All
player.
time?
Yeah.
Bro, he has to win a chip, bro, for me to rank him. Like he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. His offense is crazy. His offense is like it's Luka Magic for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Luka Magic for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to be able to win at this level. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
has to be able to do something with the team that he has. His team and their what's they called? Their record is not even bad right now. They haven't
Yeah. They're
even
like.
lost their
They're,
10th game yet.
yeah, they're like 15-8. Yeah, they're 15-8.
Yeah, so he has to show me that he can win, a chip.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think even without the chip, he would have to be at least 15 top 15, top 10 best offensive player in the league.
Yeah.
Like when he finishes
Like all time.
all time. Top 15,
Yeah.
top 10.
I'll agree with that. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I think you think he'll be better than. Like I know we're comparing them because they're both white, but Larry Bird. You think he'll be better than Larry Bird? Larry Bird was different.
I think skill wise, he's better than Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Skill wise, he's better than Larry Bird. But
Yeah.
other than that, bro, I think
Yeah.
he can surpass him. He just has
Mm-hmm.
to win. He just has to win a chip.
Yeah. As much as we like Luca hasn't like. I know he's still young, but he hasn't really. Yeah, he hasn't won anything yet.
That's the
Right.
issue.
Right. He did make it to the Western Conference Finals, but fell short to the champs at the time, the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, he has to win. I'm hoping. I don't think he'll win MVP this year. I'll be honest. I think the two big men over, or you're gonna include Giannis now. I think the two big men in Jokic and Embiid, they're too hungry. And Jokic, man, I don't know. Lately, he's kind of been falling. Like I don't know what's going on. I think it's the referees. The NBA referees are just soft.
They've been tripping, bro.
He
They got him ejected for no reason.
Yeah, he ejected. He did. he did talk back, but then he let it go. He was like, okay, I'm going back on defense, and then they ejected him.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was
That's been
unaccounted for.
happening.
Huh?
That's been happening in a lot of games,
Yeah,
bro.
it has been happening way too many times, and it's not worth it because as fans, they're paying their hard-earned money to go see these players, and then you're just ejecting them.
Exactly.
I definitely think that game should not count for Jokic. He only had like 4, 9, and 6, and like dude almost had like a triple double. Just
Literally, not even
but
trying.
but man, I think between him and Embiid, I think they're too hungry. They're definitely going for the MVP.
That's
So
facts, bro.
I don't think Luka's gonna win it this year. Maybe next year. I know we keep saying next year, the year after, but I think next year Luka that's his year. And I think for me is they need to get him a better running partner. I think Kyrie and him they're just they're winning, but I think the fit is just not. It's not it. It's not it, man. For me, the Warriors season is not done. They're just a few. I think they're like 2 trades away from getting back into contention.
What do you
As
feel
long
like
as you
they
keep.
need?
So for me, I think the Warriors. One, they need a big man because Kevon Looney, as much as a great rebounder he's become in the last 2 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
he's only 6'9". Like, and then you have Draymond who's 6'7". We're gonna get into that guy later, but 6'9". But if you're going against Wemby's, Giannis, the ADs, the Joel Embiid, the Jokic's of the world, like
Especially Jokic.
yeah, you're gonna need size, you're gonna need rebounding, you're gonna need defense.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like 6'9", 6'11", that's a huge. 2 inches is a lot in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It can be the difference on whether or not you contest a shot or you block it, right? So I think one, they need a big man. So what I would do if I'm the Warriors, I'm getting Dwight Howard. I'm trying to get Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard still has a lot in the tank. He's playing overseas in Thailand. I think he's still there, right? But man, he was putting up some crazy stats in Thailand. Like like stats that even like in any league it's impressive. I think at one point he did like 50 points, 30 rebounds. That's impressive. Um, so if you take Dwight, you stagger his minutes between him and Looney. Dwight doesn't have to play 40 minutes. He's not the Dwight Howard of the Orlando Magic, Houston Rockets, the old Lakers, and he's not that Dwight anymore. But if you stagger his minutes and with between him and Looney, 24-24 apiece because it's 48 minutes of basketball, right? Dwight will get you easily 10 rebounds. Easily 10 rebounds. He'll get you 10 rebounds. He'll get you 2 blocks.
That's all you
And
need.
you have that, yeah. At least if someone's driving, at least you have Dwight Howard. You'd be like, okay, if I'm Curry, like I get blow by, okay, I feel comfortable. Dwight's back there watching
Safe.
my back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And like people know about Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's not no scrub. Like Dwight Howard will block your shot. Even yeah, like I said, he's not the old Dwight Howard, but he will still send your shot. He's still there, right? And when Dwight was, remember, you're a Laker fan, but remember when you guys played the bubble, he played great defense on Jokic. I mean, mind you, like you can't stop Jokic, right? Jokic will get his numbers
Jokic was
regardless, but
going
he
to
still
still.
like he still slowed him down, right?
I don't know how he
So
did it.
so Dwight is still pretty like he's there. He like I said, he just doesn't have to play the 30 to 40 minutes per game. He can do that one every 5 games, but he doesn't have to do that every single night. So he kind of give him fresh legs. Another trade I think the Warriors should do is I think they should get rid of Andrew Wiggins. I think he served his purpose on the Golden State Warriors. If I'm the Warriors, I'm definitely gonna try and get Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam, his name's been thrown around the league right now. It's been thrown in trade
It's
talks and trade
true.
rumors. I know he's been linked to the Hawks, especially the Hawks and the Pacers.
Facts.
But I think Golden State should definitely try and get Siakam. Siakam's a great defensive player too. He's a good, not great. I would say he's a good defensive player. He gives that, that flexibility on the wing. and he plays power forward, and he's very versatile. So he can be like that slasher for them and just kick it out. And then you have him and Curry, playing a 2-man game. I think that's a good game.
That
I
would
think
be
they
that.
would be.
That would be a great pickup for the
Yeah.
Warriors. To be honest with
Now, does that put them over championship contenders? I don't think
you,
so.
not championship.
No, definitely not. But it puts them back into the playoff mix where they're like third or fourth or fifth.
I agree.
And then in the summer, try to build upon that. I don't know who the free agents are this coming summer, but if you start off with those two building blocks with getting a good, decent big man and then try to get like Siakam, I think they're in a good place. Because right now Curry's still in his prime. He's still in his prime.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
35, but he's balling like he's 28. Him, KD, and LeBron. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're Curry. Right now, I think as a Golden State, if GM, your job right now is to keep Curry happy because he still has a lot of good years left. I think he probably has like 3-4 good years left.
Yeah, he has a lot of juice. A lot of juice.
And like you said, it's art of shooting, so he doesn't rely on athleticism. And Curry is the greatest shooter that we've ever seen.
Greatest.
So he's gonna be relevant as long as those shots are falling. And he's never really had a bad season shooting the ball. So I don't think it's gonna change. So for me, it's keeping him happy and trying to just build around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with everything that you're saying. I agree with being able to get Pascal Siakam. That would be a huge pickup because they do need some youth because Pascal Siakam's not that old.
No, he's only 29, but
and he's versatile. He can play defense. He can drive. He'll be a great pickup. And then the center, no, they need the center absolutely. Like that is a must because that small ball lineup does not work anymore.
It's not working anymore.
It used to work against like a long time ago, but now it don't work no more. They don't have KD.
No,
like you don't have KD anymore. Like why do this small ball for?
Yeah.
And Clay's not the Clay that we were used to.
No. I'm hoping we get to see Clay back to what he was because, like we said, it's shooting, right? And he's arguably second or third best shooter ever, behind Ray Allen or Reggie Miller, whatever you want to, whoever you talk to. But I think he'll overcome the shooting woes. And also, like I said, like I want them to get like Pascal and Dwight because you also have Chris Paul. You gotta remember that. Chris Paul pick and roll with Dwight and Siakam.
That would be nasty.
And then you have Curry. If you have no roll, you have Curry coming off the off ball screen.
Or Curry just staying at the 3, just waiting for the pass.
Yeah, exactly. It fixes their problems. And then whoever, which wing player is available in the free agency, if they can somehow get like a Kawhi Leonard or Paul George, dude, oh my god. With Siakam, oh my god. Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
That would be disgusting.
The Warriors are just 2-3 trades away from being back in championship contender, depending on who they pick up.
Yep.
And I want them to be in the mix because I like Curry so much. Like he's just like he gives small people like inspiration. Like he's small, but he balls. Like it just shows that you don't have to be the biggest player to have an impact. But anyways, Josh, we're gonna stay on with the Warriors. Let's talk about our friend there, Mr. Green.
Draymond Green.
Yes, sir. Man, karate chop Yusuf Nurkic. He karate chopped him like he was a piece of wood.
Yo, he literally swung on him like he was gonna beat him up, bro.
Yo, Josh, you know the thing that we used to do as kids?
What?
Like the helicopter? That's what he did, bro. The man helicopter karate chopped him, bro.
That's exactly what he did, bro.
Dude, yo. Man, I think man wants to star in the Karate Kid. I
He
think he
might as
wants to
well
be.
now. He's
I
suspended for a
no
good
no
bit.
cap. I think he wants to be Mr. Miyagi. Hey Draymond, I heard Cobra Kai was looking for some extras. Go hit
Oh
him up,
man,
Cobra Kai's. Shout out to Cobra Kai, by the way. When I wonder when that season's coming out, but anyways.
man, I got to start on that though. No, for real, man.
So Josh, I heard reports that he is suspended indefinitely. No
Mm.
timetable, no return timetable. What do you think? Deserve or not?
Well deserved, bro. Well
Yeah.
deserved. Because there's no,
Okay.
bro. Like I don't understand what's going through your head
No, for real.
when you're swinging your whole body and there's no basketball near you. Literally, that's not a basketball play.
Yeah.
So it's literally just you just acting wild, like for no reason. Like
Yeah.
you got to be better than that, bro. You have a mind of your own, bro. Like
Yeah.
when you make choices, you got to make
Yeah.
better choices, Draymond. Like,
Yeah.
bro, Nurkic had no ball in his hand. Literally no ball in his hand. He was just running to the corner or to the paint,
Yeah.
and he was trying. I don't know what he was trying. Nobody knew what he was trying to do. He's talking about
Yo.
how, oh, y'all know my intentions. If y'all know I wouldn't apologize if my intentions were to hit him. I'm like, what? He said that?
Yo, this man's a clown.
He
This
needs
man
therapy.
is
He needs
this
therapy.
man yes. And it's funny because Jokic was like, I don't know, that brother he's quote unquote that brother needs help.
Dude, quote for quote, bro. Quote for quote.
Yo. But man, yeah, honestly, well deserved because I'm sick and tired of Draymond, man. I'm sick and tired of Draymond. Already, he says he thinks he's better than what he is, and that's how he stays relevant. He says a lot of BS, but now he's karate chop, and he just literally came back 2 weeks ago after choking out Rudy Gobert.
Exactly.
So did you not
Why do you do
learn?
this to yourself?
Like, yeah, did you not learn from that 5 game suspension? Did you not hey, look at the wall or the mirror at home and just say like, hey, like I need to be better as a person. I'm hurting other people. Like, yeah,
Doesn't
no,
make any sense.
he definitely needs therapy. He needs to seek help. I don't know what's going on with him. We don't know what's going on in his life. Maybe he has a
Shoot.
midlife crisis. But
They even said in the report that he's supposed to have see a counselor.
dude, yeah,
So
dude needs to go see a counselor or something. But yeah, well deserved. I'm happy that the NBA suspended him indefinitely. But man, he's doing more damage to the Warriors than he's actually helping.
shoot, he's doing more damage to the Warriors than John Moran is doing to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because the Warriors yeah, like we said, bro, the Warriors they're in the middle. They're still in playoff contention,
Yeah. What's
right?
their record? I need to see this.
The Warriors, I think they're like 8-12, but I'll just let's check. 10-13, but they're 11th. They're 11th in the conference, but between them and the 8th seed, they're only 3 games out.
Yeah, that's not
And
bad.
between them and the 5th seed, or even between them and the 2nd seed or the 3rd seed, they're 5 games out.
Yeah, there's still time.
There's still
There's still
time.
time.
So to why Draymond's acting like this, I don't know, man. I'm just happy that the NBA did what they had to do because I was sick and tired, of Draymond. And man, hopefully he learned something, man, because he's in the media for all the wrong reasons right now.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Even and then you know what's funny? Even Joe Dumars, the one of the bad boy Pistons, came out and
Yeah.
said he was tripping. One of
Yeah,
the
I mean
bad
he
boy
is.
Pistons, bro.
Yeah. Because it's like there's a difference between playing physical and actually trying to hurt someone. He's full blown trying to hurt someone.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, dude, like
the bad boy Pistons, they played Michael Jordan. They were super physical with him, but like they never like punched him. Like
No,
they
they were
probably
just
did,
physical.
a few times. They were just being physical, but
Yeah,
you never saw anyone square up and just be like, okay, let's fight and like throw a punch. You know what I mean?
right,
But Draymond, he stomped Sabonis. He's choked
dude.
out. He's choked out Rudy Gobert. Then he karate chopped Nurkic. Like, dude is unbelievable,
He's
man.
in the
He
hall.
is,
He's in the Hall of Fame, bro. For so
bro.
many,
And the fact that
for
is that, like,
you
obviously the Hall of Fame is based off your play as a player, your resume, et cetera, et cetera.
his
But man, I
resume
can't.
stacked
We're putting this man in the NBA is gonna put him in the Hall of Fame.
for flagrance.
Yo, like, oh man, Draymond makes me sick. But in a way, it's funny because well, it's not funny because people are getting hurt, but it's just like, man, he literally, yo, Josh, you can literally make a highlight of him beating up people.
Bro,
Yo, in the
countless
last
times.
in the last 2 years, Josh, he's punched Jordan Poole. He choked out Rudy Gobert. He stomped Sabonis, and now
Crazy.
he's karate chopped Yusuf Nurkic.
That's so crazy.
Oh, and let's not forget about him kicking balls.
Oh man, I was just
He
about to
kicked
say
Steven
that. Keep
Adams'
Steven Adams,
balls
yeah.
like twice.
Mm-hmm.
He's hit LeBron in the nuts in the
LeBron.
finals.
Yep. Yep.
And then I think one time he hit. Do you remember that play with him and Austin Reeves where Austin Reeves just like he flew and hit him with the knee?
I gotta
Austin
watch
Reeves
it.
was with the Denver Nuggets.
Austin Reeves? You mean
I mean,
Rivers?
sorry, Austin Rivers. Rivers.
Yeah. Now I
Yes,
know the
yes,
guy.
yes, that one. Yo, dude you can literally make a highlight of him being super
Dude, he wants a black belt so
like
bad,
fight.
bro.
Bro, WWE, get Draymond a contract, please. I would love to see him fight in the
No,
WWE.
seriously, because he's doing too much for a
Or
man
an
for a
MMA
man to do that, bro.
or an MMA contract.
He's a
Dana White,
grown
if you're watching, please get Draymond Green a contract. I would love to see him fight like Conor McGregor, John Jones, or all these guys, man. Please. Josh, John Morant's about to come back.
Three
What do you
games,
think?
3 games left.
What do you think is going to happen with the Grizzlies? Now, where do you see them ending the season?
I don't know,
I'm fine
man.
in the West.
Because they're 6-16 right now, bro. We're
Yeah.
16-17 after tonight.
Who
Because
they play?
I think they lost. They played. I don't remember actually. I have to check. They played who? They played the Rockets and they lost.
So yeah, they're 13. They're currently in the 13th seed. So between them and the 8th seed, they have like 7.5 games, 8 games to make up for.
I mean, I think they still have a chance. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be a tough road for them, bro. Because the West is so stacked, bro. Like there's no easy. The climb is not gonna be easy, bro. It's
Oh
not gonna
no,
be easy
and I
at
agree.
all.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Mm-mm. I
If
don't
they do
know.
make the playoffs, which seed do you see them being?
Probably the eighth,
8th.
8th or 7th.
I think they can make it to the 6th seed.
I don't see it, bro, because there's so much things that they haven't been doing right.
Yeah.
I don't know what's been going on with Derrick Rose. I don't know if he's playing, and then they have Marcus Smart that's injured as well. I don't know, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like things are gonna turn around when John Morant starts playing again. I
Yeah.
feel like things are gonna turn around, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to
It,
win games.
it's definitely gonna be difficult for them to climb up the ranks, especially with the Western Conference being so stacked. It's crazy because there's 15 teams in the West, right?
Mm-hmm.
12 of those teams, 12 of the teams in the Western Conference are playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 of them are not making the playoffs.
Exactly. So you got to
Like,
kick one of them out.
yeah, exactly. Like the Timberwolves are a playoff team, the Thunder, the Mavericks, the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Kings, the Clippers, the Suns, the Pelicans, the Rockets. You can make a case for them being a playoff team. Obviously, it's still early in the season. They're a super young team. The
Mm-hmm.
Warriors are definitely a playoff team when, if everything goes right. They could be in the playoff mix. And then you have the Grizzlies if healthy, like with Ja and all that. They're definitely a playoff team. So you have 10 to 11 teams in the
That you
Western Conference that are a
that you have
playoff
to
team.
face too during the season.
Yes, exactly. So the Western Conference is definitely stacked. But the good thing about the Grizzlies is that there's not that much games between them and like the 8 seed.
Yeah.
So the game breaker between the 13 seed, which they're currently in, and the 8 seed is 6.5 games, which
Yeah,
is not
that's
too
not
much,
bad.
right? So the margin of error in the Western Conference is very, very minimal. So that's where I think the Grizzlies, that's what they're thinking this year. They're probably like, okay, once we get Ja back, let's just try to, you know, make it to the playoffs, right? And
Mm.
then build on that next year. But honestly, I think because with now the Western Conference being so stacked, like you have these other young teams like the T Wolves, the Thunder, the Kings, the Rockets. They're on the come up. Those young teams, and not to obviously you have the Blazers who have been injured all season, but they're a young team too. The Spurs, they're a few years
Yeah,
out,
I'll give him two,
but
three
they're
years.
gonna be 2, 3, 4 years from now. They're gonna be in the playoff contention.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
man, I just don't see. I don't. You know, do I see them? Do I see them being better than any of these teams? I don't know. I don't think so. They're definitely not better than the T Wolves.
No.
They're definitely not better than the Thunder,
Mhm.
and they're definitely, my opinion, they're definitely not better than the Kings.
No. No,
Now,
no.
Rockets probably yes, maybe. Sengun is their best player in my opinion. I think
Yeah, I agree.
is the best player on the Rockets. And then you
Hmm.
have Jalen Green, then you have Fred Van Fleet, then you have Dylan Brooks. And do I see them? Yeah, no, they're not better than those teams, man. They're really not. Even with Ja,
Yeah,
they're not better than those teams. Like
not better than the Lakers because the Lakers just beat them like last year in the playoffs.
who do the Grizzlies have? They have
They got
Ja,
they got Ja, they got Marcus Smart, Derrick
yes.
Rose, they got Jaren Jackson, they got Desmond Bain. Uh,
Yeah, I mean like they're they're an okay team.
they're an okay team.
They're not a championship contender. So yeah, you have Ja Morant, you have D Rose, which D Rose is a great veteran presence, but he's not, the old D Rose. Desmond Bain has been balling this year.
Dude, he's been taking over for the Grizzlies, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has been
Marcus
taking
Smart's
over.
been injured, unfortunate. Jaren Jackson too has been balling.
He just had
Uh,
44
uh,
tonight.
yeah. Steve. Oh, I forgot they have Steven Adams. Steven Adams is that anchor for them.
He's been injured though.
Yeah, and then you have Luke Kennard, which is a good, it's a good pickup. He's a
Good
shooter.
shooter.
They have a bunch of other big men like Bismack
Aldama,
Biombo, huh?
Aldama. They have Aldama something.
Yeah, Aldama, Kenneth Lofton Jr., which they don't really play him.
I
Then you
don't know
have
why they
Xavier
don't
Tillman.
play
So
him. I don't know why.
Xavier, yeah, they have a lot of big men on this team. Like, where are there's no guards. Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, they're just not better than they're not better than all the upcoming young teams in my opinion.
No, it's facts,
But
bro.
I think they can. I definitely see them making a playoff push. I think they could be like this, yeah, max 6 seed, but then they have a lot of ground to cover up.
Yeah, a lot, a
A
ton.
lot, man. They started the season like 0-6 or 0-7, and then 6-17. But
It's
I did say
literally,
it.
it's
Hmm?
literally what the Lakers did last year for them
Yeah,
this year, though.
yeah. I did say this year that the Grizzlies were not going to be a good team.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you saying that. I agreed with you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Jaw's gonna have to carry a lot of load, man. Like he's gonna have to carry a big baggage, bro. And especially with Marcus Smart being out, then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see them climb up the, that Western Conference ladder.
I agree.
All right, man. Wow. Let's talk about the bad teams, Josh. Let's talk about which pick your poison. You want to talk about the Detroit Pistons or you talking about the Wizards? You can talk about the Spurs too. Well, the thing is the Spurs, they're a bad team, but it's because they're
They're
young. Like they have
rebuilding. That's
yeah,
different.
they're rebuilding. Like they have the pieces in place. I think they obviously the next 2 years, 2-3 years, they're gonna tank. They're gonna
Yeah,
get more
good.
pieces to surround for Wemby. But
Mm-hmm.
they have that foundation. They have Wemby, they have Keldon Johnson, they have um Devin Vassell, you
Devin
know?
Vassell, yeah.
Yeah, they have good young pieces. And then you look at the
Facts.
Wizards and then you look at the Pistons and you're just like WTF. So
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you were gonna say something. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, so according to a stat, Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma are the worst 1-2 punch in the NBA. Yeah. And what do you think of that? What do you think is their problem?
That that Jordan Poole has let me down significantly because I thought he was gonna hoop this year, but he has been doing the opposite.
Yeah.
Kuzma's been hooping more than him,
Yeah.
and to be honest, Poole should be hooping more than Kuzma because Poole
Mm-hmm.
is a hooper. He gets buckets. He used to get
Yeah.
buckets.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with him, and I feel like the reason why they're not working right now is because of defense. Their
Yeah.
defense is atrocious. Like
Mm-hmm.
they can't guard a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot guard a freaking a log of wood at this point because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like how can you not defend a player? Like
Yeah.
it's not that difficult. And
Yeah.
the Wizards are literally getting blown out almost every game.
Yeah.
Almost every game. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. For me, I think the Wizards, they don't have an identity like as a team. They
None.
don't know what they're doing.
Mm.
They don't like they don't know what they're doing. Like Poole, like I'm not gonna knock Jordan Poole because Jordan Poole is still young. He's a champion. We can't take that away from him, right?
Don't care.
But I think I've seen some of Jordan Poole's, games and few possessions he's done here and there. For me, Jordan Poole, he could be the one of the best scoring guards in the league. And I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But I think Jordan Poole, he tries to do too much when it's not needed. He does a lot of unnecessary moves, but it's not needed when it's not
He's too
needed. Like,
flashy.
yes, he tries to be too flashy when, dude, like, no, you get your player, like he'll literally be the type of player to, like, on 2K, like the spam crossovers. But once you get the person, you when you get the guy with one move and you're able to blow by him, now he'll just stay and like try to cross him up again.
Exactly.
Like once get your man, you get him with one move, blow by him, go to and like take smart shots. He takes a lot of bad shots, which a lot of unnecessary bad shots. He'll like wait for the defense to come and he'll like
Exact.
shoot.
I don't
Like
understand why he
it's
does
like,
that.
dude, shoot it when it's open.
Exactly.
It'll look, not only will it's a high percentage shot, it'll look good, and people will stop talking bad about you. And it'll still be on the highlights, Jordan Poole. I know he loves highlights.
Oh
He's
my
just definitely that type of player that wants highlights, but definitely, man, there you'll see it on the highlight reel. So for me, I think that's just one of, he's a little, like, he's still immature, right? He yeah, he's definitely immature. And Kuzma's not a one. He's not a one number one option.
No, I'm sorry, he's not.
And
we know that already because he did play alongside LeBron, right? He did win that championship, so we already know that Kuzma is not a number one option.
Right.
And for me, you pair up those two. There's nobody in the Wizards locker room to, kind of like
There's
put
no
them in their
vet.
place. There's no vets. Yes, there's no vets to put them in their place. Like, hey, knock it off. Like, that's a bad shot, or hold them accountable. You know what I mean? They don't have
Exactly.
that type of player,
Facts.
and that's why there's no identity. Is because Poole is just doing whatever he wants. He thinks it's his team,
Mm-hmm.
and Kuzma, he balls, but there's not enough supporting cast. And like I said, he's not a number one option.
No.
He's not a number one option. You don't have a vet in that locker room or voice. There's a recipe for disaster.
Yep. Well, in the reports they've been talking about trading Jordan Poole as well because he
Yeah,
hasn't been playing well with Kuzma. So we'll
that's
see.
crazy.
We'll see what
That's
happens.
alarming. If I'm Jordan Poole, I'd definitely be alarmed.
Oh, for sure, because
You're
that's your second team that doesn't even want you anymore because of
yeah,
the
yeah,
way you're playing.
exactly. So you're potentially going to end up on the third team in less than a year.
Like, how do you not like change your way? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely it's alarming. If I'm Jordan Poole, I'm gonna start. Hey, I'm gonna take a look at myself in the mirror and say like, okay, what am I doing wrong, right?
Facts.
And
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any
because
sense.
for me, Josh, it's a lot of these NBA players, especially the young ones, they take being in the NBA for granted. I don't know if you notice. They're like, okay, I'm making all this money, life's good. They can't fire me. They can't touch me.
Ben Simmons is one of them.
But man, that's not how life works, man. NBA is still a job. It's still a profession.
Hmm.
You have these higher ups, these billionaires and all that who call the shots. You're not calling the shots. You're a millionaire. You're a part of their business.
Exactly.
You're making them money. And if you're not making them money,
It can
they're
trade you whenever you want.
you're not getting money.
All right.
No, so I think Jordan Poole, he has to smarten up. He has to mature. The Warriors, that Warriors run that you had there. I'm starting to think it's a one hit wonder. But honestly, I'm not gonna give up on Jordan Poole. He's definitely a talented player. He still has a lot of you know. He's a great offensive player. He just needs that vet. I don't think Draymond was the right vet for him because Draymond's too hot headed.
And
I think
Draymond's
he
not
just
an
needs
offensive player either.
yeah. So he definitely needs that vet to hold him accountable. Because if you have that vet like Draymond, where you get hot headed and you just punch him, I mean, who's gonna wanna be,
Around
you
that.
know, yeah, exactly. And so he just needs a bit more mentorship. But I mean, you had arguably one of the best mentors you had with Steph Curry,
Literally, like, how do you not like? Oh, I don't know, bro.
but um, it just didn't work out, man. Like that Draymond stuff, it definitely affected
It was too
that team.
traumatizing for him.
It was too traumatizing. Yeah, it's hard to recover from that. It left a big wound in that organization.
Yeah,
He
I
just
feel
needs to.
like.
Mm,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Go.
I don't know. I feel like if CP3 had mentored him, like the way he mentored Shea, bro,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he would
Mm-hmm.
have been hooping this year for sure.
For sure, man. For
Like,
sure. And you see why Shea is so great? It's because of
with
CP3.
CP3, bro,
CP3.
we don't talk about CP3 enough, bro.
We
Like,
don't give him enough credit. I'm gonna give him his flowers, man. He literally molded Shea. It took him a year.
shout out CP3, bro. Shout out CP3.
Shea takes so many mid-range shots because of CP3.
It's crazy.
Shea was the one of the clutchest player last year because of CP3. Him and De'Aaron Fox.
And he does it at his own pace, bro. He does that at
Yep.
his own pace.
Yep. And guess what? Who's the leader of the Thunder? It's Shea.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he take? Who did he learn that from? CP3.
Yep.
So shout out to CP3. He doesn't
And
get
then
enough credit.
they are the best of friends too. Shea and
Yes,
CP3.
they have a great relationship off the court. They did speak about it on a podcast.
Yeah.
So shout out to CP3, man. That's why I love my Thunder, and that's why we're so successful. And I do credit. I give a lot of credit to CP3 for the Thunder of what they are right now. Because I think even if Westbrook was there, I don't think it would have been like this. Like I don't think he would have
No,
mentored Shea the way. But
it would have been it would have been
that
bad
would have
for
been different.
Shea.
I think, it would have things would have been different. But yeah, man, shout out to CP3, man. That's a great mentor. Yeah, and like I do agree, Josh. If CP3 did mentor Jordan Poole, it would have been a different story. Because CP3 is like he's I feel like he's understanding.
He's very attentive too.
Yes, exactly. He's very high IQ. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
so he'll watch Jordan Poole play and he'll be like, okay, do this, do that,
But don't do
try
that.
to, yeah, don't do that, and he would have said it in a nice way, not like punch you up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think definitely um he needs that type of mentor or veteran. That's one that's gonna be patient with him. Cause Jordan Poole is still young. He's what, 23?
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So Jordan Poole is, he's still a youngin. Yeah, he's 24.
Yeah,
He's still, he's still a baby. He's still a baby.
he is a baby. He's 1 year
So,
older than me.
yeah. So, he just needs that right mentor, and I think he'll be fine. But if
Yep.
I'm him, I'm gonna start smartening up now because I'm not trying to get traded again.
Mm-mm.
It's not a good look for a 24-year-old to get traded twice in a year. That's not a good look.
Nobody's gonna want to play with him.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What about the Detroit Pistons, Josh? We talked about the Wizards. What about the Detroit Pistons?
I want to hear what you guys say about the Pistons because the other night you were talking about you don't like the Pistons.
Bro, the Pistons, they just suck. There's no other way to put it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of disappointed in Cade.
I agree.
Like, I thought Cade was gonna be a 30-point per game player.
He should be the cornerstone right now.
And he is their best player.
Yeah,
He is their best player. Mind you, they didn't have Bogdanovich for a lot of their games, but
even
when he's
when Bogdanovich came back, they still
yeah, he's still
losing.
not. He still can't help it. Yeah, they're on like a 18-game losing streak, and it's
21.
is it 21 now? Oh shit.
21.
Is that the longest in NBA history?
I don't have to let me check.
Yo,
'Cause
let me
there's
know.
no
But yes,
way.
they're on. Okay, so correction, they're on a 21-game losing streak.
The
They just suck,
longest.
man. They just suck. Mind you, Jalen Durant is injured.
28. There's 28 losing streaks.
Oh, including last season then.
28 is the most.
Oh, 28. Okay, so they're 7 games away. But
actually, 29 straight loss. The longest stretch of games an NBA team has gone without winning a game is 28. Okay. Yeah,
okay,
28.
okay. So they're 7 games away. I wonder if they're gonna. I think they're gonna break that record.
No, I think so too because
I think they're gonna make it 30.
because they have healthy players. The players are healthy. I don't understand. Is
Only
it the
no.
coaching?
Jalen Durant's not. He's not playing right now. He's
Oh,
injured.
he's injured.
Yeah. But I think even with Jalen Durant, honestly, Josh, I think they still lose.
I think they were losing even with Jalen Durant.
Yeah, so exactly. It doesn't. I don't think he'll make that big of a difference. Like I said, bro, they just suck. They don't have
Monty
a good
Williams is a good coach, bro. So I don't get it.
But the thing is, if you think Josh, the coach can do so much. He's not playing the games.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
the
draw
players.
the X's and O's. You can drop the perfect play, but if your players are not good, the play is pointless. They
Yep.
just suck. They really do. They just suck. You have Cade, who's probably he's their best player for sure. Then you have Bogdanovich. They have no good play. Their players don't complement each other's playing styles. Jalen Durant's a great player. He's a good player. I actually like him.
Yeah, I like him too.
I like Bogdanovich, but they need to trade him. And then Cade, that's their best. That's 3 players. You have James Wiseman, who's on that team, who's
Why is
not
James
good.
Wiseman on the team anyway?
I don't know. See, it just speaks volumes
And
of
then you
this.
have Isaiah Stewart too. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it just speaks volumes of how bad this organization is being run. Isaiah Stewart, he's like another Draymond. He's trying to pick up fights every other game. And then you have Marvin Bagley Jr., who is another. I'm gonna call him a bust.
They have too many big men.
So they have 2 busts. Yes, they have too many big mans. They don't have enough wing players. They have vets, but the vets are not like leader vets. Like you have Alec Burks, but Alec Burks was never a leader.
Not with the Knicks, not with any other team.
Nope, exactly. Then you have Jaden Ivey, who's just I thought he was gonna take a jump this year. He's not good. They're not good.
I think the reason Jaden Ivey didn't take that jump was because he lost his starting job to a guy named Killian Hayes.
Even Killian Hayes is not playing.
And he's not even good. Killian Hayes wasn't even playing good up until a little bit. But the thing is, though, he hasn't even been playing like productively well. Because Jaden Ivey, at the end of last year, Jaden Ivey was hooping, bro. I remember like he was dropping 20, 30 at the end of the season. He was hooping, bro. And then to come off the bench now, lose your starting spot.
That's tough.
It's tough. It really, to be honest with you, like when you lose your starting spot, it just brings down your confidence. It brings down your confidence
100%.
Like how do you not start a guy that was averaging at least maybe 20 something points per game last season by the end of the season?
And that exactly, and that's a mental. It affects you mentally too.
Yeah.
Right? Confidence. Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. Like they're just a mess.
They need to trade everybody.
They do. They need to hit a rebuild within a rebuild. Like, nah, man. Like, and to bring up your other point too, Josh. They have too many big men. Like, you should have 2. You should have 2 to 3 big men max. They have like 5.
Yeah,
a third of their team is big men, which clearly they didn't get the memo because the NBA is shooting. It's a shooting league now. You know, so I don't know, man. We'll see, man. But I honestly don't see anything being fixed with the Detroit Pistons. I think they're just a hot mess right now. And Monty Williams is a good coach,
and don't forget they have Asar Thompson too, the rookie.
Oh yes, he's a great player. He's a good player.
He plays great defense.
Yeah, but man, it's just the team is a mess. Like why is Bogdanovich on that team? That's another question I have. Why is he on that team? He does not fit their timeline.
And he signed an extension with them the other season ago.
I don't know, man. They're like they don't fit. They don't like the team is a mess, man. They just suck. They need to make a lot of trades. They need to make. If Cade is your if Cade is your foundation, build around Cade.
Exactly.
Because right now, yes, get shooters, get defenders, 2-way players. Asar Thompson was a great player. That's a great fit for Cade. Exactly. Jalen Durant is a good fit for Cade. Bogdanovich is a good fit for Cade. But you don't need Bogdanovich because he doesn't fit the timeline. Get some younger players.
That's why you put Jaden Ivey in his spot.
Yeah, and then you need the vets. Obviously, Bogdanovich is a vet, but he's not that vocal. He's not that leader vet.
He's not vocal at all.
Exactly. So you gotta I don't know, man. It's just like thank God I'm not a Detroit Pistons fan, but they're just a mess. They're just a mess.
To be honest, bro, since they lost their 10th game, they should have been making adjustments.
They should have.
Since their 10th game, like, bro, it's 21 now. That's 21 skunk. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing?
They're about to. Yeah. How many games do you think they're gonna lose in a row? I think they're gonna lose 30.
I think they're gonna lose 28.
28.
I think they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna break the record.
Like, wait, what's their schedule?
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at their schedule,
Let's
and then
take a look at their schedule, shall we? Let's see. The Detroit Pistons. So Detroit wrong. Schedule.
Okay. Well, they play the 76ers tomorrow.
They play the Bucks.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
They play the Hawks.
They can play the Jazz.
They can win that. That's
they can win that.
Game. They play the Nets after that.
No, they're not beating the Nets.
They play the Nets again.
And they play the Celtics.
They play the Celtics.
I give them a chance at the Jazz, but if that, they play them again on January 3rd. If they don't beat the Jazz on January 3rd, bro. Okay, they play the Spurs on January 10th. They play the Spurs a week later.
They have a tough schedule.
Oh,
what the heck?
Josh, they play the Wizards on January 15th. So one of those teams is gonna have their losing streak broken finally.
Yo, bro,
that's funny.
What if they both lose?
Yo, dude, that would be the first. That'd be a NBA NBA history whatever milestone
facts.
or whatever. Yeah, that'd be so hilarious.
They low-key got a tough schedule though. What the heck?
Their schedule is difficult.
Like, how do you win games?
So they play the Wizards on January 15th. They play the Timberwolves 2 days later. They play the Bucks again. They play the Bucks again. They play the Hornets on January 24th, and then they play the Wizards on January 27th. Oh my God! Then they play the Thunder. Then they play the Cavs. Then they play the Clippers. They play the Magic.
Yeah, they got a tough schedule this year. I can't cap.
Yeah, it's because a lot of teams are good this year. Nah, bro, they gotta beat. They got it, bro. They gotta, bro. I give them a chance at the Jazz.
Yeah, the Jazz. They can. That's a beatable game. I give them Jazz. That's a beatable game.
Exactly. Me too, man. But if not, oh man, goodbye.
Yeah, man.
Because the thing is about between them and the Wizards. The Wizards have talent, right?
I mean, the Pistons have talent too. It's just,
are they more talented than the Wizards? I don't think so.
No, they're not.
No,
not at all.
I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I think that's a tough schedule, Josh.
I think they're gonna break their record. They're gonna break the record for losing streaks, bro.
They sure will, bro.
They're already at 21. Might as well just break it.
Bro, they might as well lose all the rest of the games this season, bro. Just go for the greatest losing streak ever in NBA history, bro, or in sports history.
They have literally turned into the Rockets after a year.
Bro, that's so funny.
It's so crazy.
That team's a mess, man. I wouldn't want to be the GM of the Pistons.
No. Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll call it quits for tonight.
Yeah, man.
So this was the second half of this episode today, guys. I did a solo part, and then Josh kind of jumped in.
IST, the tournament.
Yeah, I did. I did talk about it.
Missed it.
Yeah, I did. This is part 2, guys. Of, I guess you can say, I did the solo podcast, a part of the podcast. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to join, but Josh ended up joining. Everyone else is kind of doing their own thing right now. So, but I just had to we had to shoot a podcast. Obviously we can't do every day because we do have our other stuff going on in life, but we do enjoy this podcast nonetheless. And if you guys enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then also follow us on Instagram. We're almost at 100 followers, so that'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. And have a good night, guys.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Like, follow, subscribe.